Staffers, this is Tortoise the Great. Welcome back to another exciting episode of ARK Survival Evolved. I told you guys last time that our next episode we were going to be building our raft and heading out to our new island, but they just dropped, it's Monday over lunch, and they just dropped the new Biomes update for ARK. Graphics are taking a little bit to load in, or maybe they've changed what medium looks like, they just launched the new update, and I thought we were going to be safe. Looking at the map, the areas where they were overriding with new biomes, I thought we were going to end up being safe. I'm going to really have to turn that down. The splashing of the feet in this shallow, swampy water is terrible. But I thought we would be safe, but it turns out, no, we were on the edge of where that was going to be happening. And so our place has been overwritten by swampland, and so this is our little river. I mean, that's my house. We have a tree house now. So places didn't get overwritten necessarily. Some of our spikes maybe are, no, because we had the rocks behind us, so all of our spikes and everything are still here. I don't know, because like we can't pile up blocks or anything. I don't know how we're gonna ever access this stuff again. I think there is a command to like overwrite all structures in newly generated land. I don't know if we're going to do that necessarily, but I do have a treehouse that we can probably never access again, which is fine. I think for the most part we had emptied out all of our stuff. Oh crap. The one I'm worried about though, okay, so here's our chest that was outside of the entrance. So that just said charcoal in it, but I did have... Okay, so here's... See, lots of piranhas out there. Okay, so this is the chest that has all my raft materials in it. So at least that has stayed, and it looks like we still have access to the water. Let's actually pop open our map. Let's see, does it change? It looks like, yeah, they have actually possibly changed the terrain a little bit. Well... No, it's pretty much the same. Yeah, so we've got some mega piranhas right here and stuff. So this used to be our beautiful sandy shore. Let's see, Neko. Yeah, we're not getting as great a graphics as I was normally like to see. Let's see, we got some levels here though. Let's go ahead and let's see, we got 626% health. Let's get some more damage on Sissy. Anybody else? It's been a little while since it's been on. Petunia, no. Vernon, no. Neko, you got anything for me? No. Okay, so yeah, let's I would ride Neko, except for he is full to the brim with stuff. He's very, very slow. I was riding him a little bit ago. Now he's moving fine, just following. But if I were to get on him, I guess me getting on him is what really encumbers him. He goes real slow, because he's full of stuff I was going to be moving, and all that. So I think we're getting close, so we got some bamboo and stuff here. The first thing I noticed when I logged in was just the noise. You can hear the different bugs in the background, the rustling of the leaves. It's just a very cool, because most of ARK was either mountainous or like plainsy. And so it's very cool. These new biomes, they've got new swamp biomes, which overwrote... well, let's look at the map here real quick. So, well, I don't have... But pretty much the eastern coast, up past Elwyn's Peninsula, kind of down the coast a little bit, inland along that whole river and stuff. I think Fabe definitely got overwritten out there too, which is a little bit disappointing given that he just finished his... He just finished up building his place, but it's possible that that it's still intact. May not be on the ground like our stuff's all in the air, and I will have to come back at some point, build some platforms or whatever, so I can get up there and destroy this stuff. I was thinking we'd leave it, like, oh, we'll have a base to teleport back and forth. I wasn't going to tear it down for resources, but I think we're going to have to. It just looks kind of bad. The treehouse, maybe we'll leave the one hut. But the rest of it, I'm thinking, is probably going to have to come down, especially those spiked walls and stuff. And we can certainly use the resources as we're going to be setting out here soon for a new base. Getting a lot of lag here real quick. I don't know if my graphics are just trying to catch up or what is happening exactly. But yeah, so I figured since this update just came out and Jay and I are not having difficulty connecting, but we're, you know, our schedules are busy, so we can't really record that our travel out to our base. We wanted to do that together. I could make my raft and I could travel out to the island and all that. Here, let me. I think I've got my gamma up. Let me turn that down a bit. Ooh, I can hear frogs. I'm burning up a bit. We don't have any food on us at present. Oh, the lag. I think it's just because so much new stuff is generating. Literally, the update just dropped. Me, Elwin, and Anasia jumped on immediately. We had updated our clients already, waiting for the server to update. But yeah, it literally just, so the server has not had any time really to adjust to all of the different stuff here. Let me see if we've got any berries that are still existing in Neko from the last time I was on him. Nope, looks like he was pretty hungry. I only really put berries in him because he was so hungry that I figured it would be good for him. Let's head out a little bit though. Now what is this? Wood Fence Foundation owner Ronan. Whoa. So the server's struggling a bit. That's okay though. We're generating a lot of new terrain, and I'm sure Elwin and Anasia are both they're both out there flying around generating stuff or doing, you know, their high class Ronin exploration. But it's really cool, and it looks like, you know, once you get out of this. Oh no. Oh, my guys better not be dying in this lag. I would be very upset. Very, very upset. Sissy killed a Dilo. Oh, okay. So Sissy killed a Dilo. That's okay. That's alright. Let me pause here for a second. I want to get my guys out of the swamp area because I don't really trust it. Because I don't really know what to expect there. Ellen said pretty much as soon as she logged in, she got attacked by a big anaconda or something. There's a snake, I guess. So that's fine. We're hot. We should get some stuff. So let's quickly. It looks like we're running okay now. I say that just as it hit a lag spike. Get a couple of berries. That's really our only food source at this point. Jay had moved. For those of you guys who may be worried, I guess, Jay has moved all of his dinos down to the southern base, and everybody. I think these are the only guys I had here last time anyway. But I moved the rest of my dilos, the other 3 dilos, as well as Fluffy and Spike. All my other dinos are down at the southern base as well. Just in prep for the move. I didn't think the raft was going to be big enough to take everybody, so I figured I would just move some people out there and get that going early, which seems to have been a good idea. I thought, based on the maps that people were showing of the affected areas, that we would be okay. It was pretty much going to be on the other side of that river. It should have been. Now, come on. Come on. It's like the whole computer is locking up. I don't even know what this episode is going to look like when I watch it back. I may have to scrap it entirely because I'm sitting here, and as the game is frozen, my timer is also frozen, so it's not even like ticking by in the recording necessarily. So I could be talking to nothing right now, and I won't know until I get to edit. Like it just jumped from 8:21 to 8:34, and now it's frozen again. So, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to let the server kind of catch up with us a little bit, and then we will come back and we'll do a little bit more exploring. I don't think we're going to really have the capability of exploring the snowy biomes because they're kind of far away. That better be Neko I'm hearing. I'd be really upset if it's like a Carno. Yes, I'm gonna bring you guys back. We've got a little bit of buffering, I think, to do here, and then I will bring. I wanted to give you guys the first experience, but then I will bring you guys back and we'll explore a little bit more of the swampy area where we used to live. We're so familiar with that terrain, so it'll be interesting to go explore what it looks like now. As Neko poops on the whole proceeding, but Petunia as well, it seems. But yes, so I will bring you guys back in a little bit once we're a bit past this buffering stuff. Hopefully that doesn't last for too long. So I'll be back with you guys in just a second. Alright guys, welcome back. Things seem to be running a little smoother now. I left the dinos out in the safe zone. Yeah, just outside of the swampy area on the beach. They should be relatively safe there. We don't get a lot of big... I mean, they may have changed some of the spawning, and because of the new biome stuff, they may have switched some of that up. But generally speaking, that area down by the beach, a little south of where we had been set up, is pretty safe. We are getting... It's so hot out today. Now, this is just like land. This isn't enough to rehydrate in. Don't think. Oh wait, yeah, I just had to hit E. Alright, well great, we're rehydrated. That's awesome, because I never carry water skins. We've always just lived next to the beach and a river, and I've never really needed to carry one. I've got a ton of them, but I've just never messed with it. I probably have some sitting in Neko I could probably go grab, but we are back. I'm actually back here. I had seen a cash drop in the ravine area there, I picked that up. I've actually got the stuff on me. It's just a bunch of building stuff that I really don't need and shouldn't have grabbed, but I figured I'd take it. It didn't over-encumber me. I can still even, like, sprint a little bit. I'm going to head back here probably, and let's drop that off at Neko, and then we'll head down. I want to kind of get a peek at, Elwyn's Peninsula, because we helped Elwyn move out of there. We had a couple of days notice that this was coming. Actually, it was supposed to happen on Friday, and it didn't. So we had pretty much all weekend. But I think I was helping her Thursday morning or Friday morning or a couple of days there to get her stuff kind of moved out. She had like 1,500 dodo eggs she had to move and stuff. And those things are heavy, man. A stack of dodo eggs is like 200 some weight. So it was hard for us to get all of that going. We've got a Mega Nereid guy here, which is going to be annoying. Makes sense that these guys would be in the swamp. But I guess I should mention, because I'm sure some of you guys noticed there at the very beginning of the episode, I do have some new gear, in thanks for us helping her move. Well, not even really necessarily in thanks. It was, we happened to live near her, and she had so much stuff to move that there was just stuff she wasn't going to bother to bring with her. And so some of that, there was a big chest of stuff at the resort and stuff that was just going to get destroyed. Ooh. I guess they weren't on passive. Alright. Hey kids. How you doing? Their tails are tacked on weird because the textures still aren't really loading in right. I think it's mostly because I'm in new terrain. Anasia is streaming presently over on YouTube. Now, obviously, this is a recording, so she's streaming as I'm recording. So you guys can't, like, click over there and watch her. Although maybe you can. And if you haven't subbed to Anasia, you should do that. She's awesome. But, there we go. How you doing, Neko? Where's your weight at? 209 to 280? Yeah, perfect. You can carry all that crap, no problem. But anyway, so Elwyn was going to be just dumping a bunch of stuff. So there's, like, I've got a steel pike here, which had about half health on it, and she wasn't going to carry. I've got this chitin armor that she wasn't going to take. And she was just going to let it go to waste. And obviously, at the time, we were thinking that all kind of structures would be destroyed as part of the update. Now, we see, as you know, with our base, obviously, that's not what happened. I sounded big. Anasia recently just ran a command to kill all existing wild dinos, which would allow for all new spawns to come in. And so it's possible we'll be seeing some new swampy things here. In our area. But yeah, so I mean, obviously our place didn't get wrecked. Everything still exists, but one, we're not going to be able to access it again. But we were thinking, you know, chests and everything were going to get destroyed as part of the update. Now, the developers hadn't really confirmed or denied that. That was a big thing people were worrying about on the forums. So we kind of rushed to move everything out, and then, you know, we were worried, you know, dinos that were there would die and all that. I didn't move... Well, we moved a bunch of our stuff because we were moving anyway. But I didn't move the last couple dinos because I thought, looking at the map, that on that side of the river we were going to be fine. Now, it spread out a little bit, which is just fine. I mean, I don't care. We were abandoning this base anyway, so we'll find a way to take it down. And it ended up that nothing really happened. But anyway, so I've got some better gear and stuff. I didn't take anything too OP. Like, we've got some other stuff that I'm not even using. Like, she was going to get rid of a crossbow and some other stuff like that. I think this is the resort. It seems a lot closer than it should be. No, this is her this is her bay. Her bay. Oh, that scared me. I thought for a second there that I was being attacked. Level up. So this is the bay that she's put in here. Now, I'm guessing there are sarcos and stuff in here now. So we'll try walking around on more solid ground. But this is, you guys remember, like across from us, there was that bay. And she had we swam across it a couple times, but they had this big gate. They kept their sharks and everything in here. I think that, and as well as with all of their buildings, like she tore down their buildings so they could get some of the supplies back. They moved all their gear. So with all that, I think they moved all of their animals as well. So yeah, we've got some gear from them. Stuff like we got one crossbow, and some other things that they weren't going to keep. They were legitimately just she wasn't even going to bother to move it. It was like, all right, it's gone. So we took some of that. I'm not using all that stuff. Like, we still have our bow and stuff. I want to play the game as naturally as I can, but I'm not going to say no to a metal pike. And I helped her out, and she wanted to pay back with some of that stuff. So, where's that dino? There it was. Oh wow! Look at this big snake. Oh gosh. Oh, killed a titan boa. Woo! Yikes. That thing came right in with that dino. Didn't even see him coming. Nice. So the graphics are a little bit... I bet if I relog and stuff, the graphics might be better, but it takes so long to connect. I really don't have a ton of time, so I don't really want to mess with it, but... Like, what's hanging out and what is that? There's something out there in the swamp in between those trees. I can just basically see the shadow of it. But like there are giant. Well, let's level up real quick. What am I doing? I think is this level 20 for me? I don't know. So let's see, health, melee damage. I want to up my health again. 62 Ingram points. Let's look though. I want to confirm what level I'm. Yes, I'm level 20. Awesome. So let's look in here real quick. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this. See some weird Ingram glitches, like we got 2 spyglasses there and stuff. But level 20 does unlock some stuff, so I want to take a quick look at what that is. Thinking it's like here, so we can get a feeding trough now, which is awesome. Keep our guys fed. We can craft all the hide armor and stuff. We can craft trank arrows. I'm going to buy trank arrows right now because I've been waiting for that. I'm not sure why this would still not be would be good. We can get a trike saddle now. Awesome. All kinds of stone. Bookshelf. Yeah, that's good. But stone building and stuff like that. That's going to be good for when we get back over to our place and we can start setting up some actual bases. We'll probably start with the stone or wood or things like that. Skip thatch entirely, obviously. And very cool, very cool. So, there we go. Trank arrows is great. Let's keep heading. We're on the right way, right? I want to get up and around this peninsula a little bit and just kind of explore as we can. There we go. We'll get our pike back out. So yeah, I think the terrain did change a bit. I mean, obviously the terrain has changed, but I mean, is this Aussie? This thing looks dangerous. Huh. So, Elwyn has a couple of plants that she has planted. Prime meat. Did I get prime meat off of that Titan boa? I wasn't even paying attention. Elwyn's got a couple of plants at her place, so we might see them. They're called Plant X. And they're like an AoE defense sort of thing, where they like shoot beams, like there's this weird tentacle-looking plant thing, and they shoot beams out and attack intruders, which for them means anybody who's not that tribe. So like she would have to turn them off. Hold on. What's going on, girl? I don't know if she's watching. Oh, she's watching an Asia stream and Asia just died. Whoops. Oh no. Yeah, so Anasia's off exploring the snowy biomes, which are in like the northern western quadrants of the place. So the resort seems more or less unfazed, which is kind of cool. I've been on the brink so many times flying around here, make that fur armor. Yeah, so they've added fur armor in this update, which helps shield you against the cold, which is pretty necessary if you're going to be heading into those more frigid biomes. Kind of northwest, I think. No, I don't think Poet and Win are... I think both Poet and Win and Code were just on the outside of it. And so I don't think anybody's really going to be affected by that so much. I know like Fabe and Elwyn and all of them, us a little bit, although we were moving anyway, we're going to be affected by this update. Now, oh, this is one of the frogs. It's a Beelzebub or something, which is, I don't know, a demon or something. We got a big albino frog. Beelzebufo. It's a big albino dude. Kind of disgusting looking. Oh, my torpidity is increasing. I'm gonna... Oh no! Oh no! Oh, it is not safe. It is not safe out here for man or beast. There we go. Got another Titan boa down. These things are freaky! Okay, so we do get prime meat from those, so that works. Let's finish off with our frog here. I heard it coming. I was like, oh, I better... I wanted to like quickly harvest this guy and then run over to the resort to protect myself if I was going to fall unconscious from the torpidity. Which was a serious concern there for me for a second. Let's put this away. It looks like our hunger is getting a little low. Get ourselves some berries. There's some new ground cover as part of this. But yeah, so resort is more or less intact. Looks like the resort hung in there, so that works. All our chests are still good and stuff. I'm gonna take that actually. Let's put that there because we can eat eggs. There we go. We'll eat some of these berries. What do I have in my inventory there? Prime meat, which spoils very quickly. We got the plant seed X, which is going to be interesting. Defensive plant, which will shoot poison spores in any interlopers. So that'll be cool. We'll potentially do something with that. But yeah, so Nature's up exploring the winter biomes, and it sounds like it didn't go super great. Oh, in fact, what am I? I want to turn this on, but let's Grab my cursor out of there. Not sure why that's showing up. Oh, because I've got the. Now that night's falling, let's get our lights on. All right. Let's put that away for now because we can see relatively well. I think this dimorph should leave me alone. But I want to explore over this way. This is a feeding trough. Let me see if there's any food. I think she tried to get all of her dodo eggs for whatever reason. She really wanted to save all the dodo eggs. So there may not be much food. Most of the stuff that was getting left behind was like narcotics or just scrap tools or armor, things like that. Yeah, so that's all right. We'll get some berries. Let's head on. I can't open that door, but we can head out this way. I want to continue around the bay, see how their peninsula worked out, because she has this cute little shopping district there. That it would be a shame if that got kind of destroyed. And I know that she moved most of her other structures around, but that one potentially. We got a Titan boa out there. Let's we gotta pop into our inventory real quick. Get these tinto berries back on the bar since we're on more dodo eggs to eat. We got plenty of meat. I could cook that up, but that takes time, and I just don't want to waste the time. I don't know. Are these bugs gonna attack me? They actually seem to ignore me, which is interesting. I wonder if they've changed some of that. Because, I mean, if you're walking around and you've got, like, ambient bugs, which are mainly just environment at this point. I don't know why a bug would be taking you on full bore necessarily, but, I'm trying to hit this snake. I don't know if that's gonna work. Old school. Yeah, we got it. Feed this meat to my dilos when I get back. Yeah, we got lots of these Paraceratheriums now. Ooh, a Sarco. We need to be careful of that. Titan boas, we can take care of them, clearly. But Sarcos, which now obviously spawn in the swamp biomes, they're crocodiles. That seems to make sense, right? They're, there we go. Alright. Yikes! But yeah, obviously a crocodile would spawn in the swamp area, so that makes sense, but that's a big baddie that wasn't previously over this way. Now the frogs, I think, are mainly docile. These snakes clearly are not. It's gonna be a while before we get to explore. The only other new biome they added was the snowy stuff that Asia's off exploring, but those are... They're kind of in the far ends of the map that we really don't have access to at the moment. It would take me forever. I don't have a flyer to get out there with. Man, these guys are heavy. Okay, so you got these giant bullfrogs now, which are just hilarious. Got these big Paraceratheriums or whatever. They're big prehistoric mammals. Down this way should be towards Elwyn's place. Dragonflies look like they're congregating over that Titan boa carcass, which is kind of a cool mechanic. I feel like if the bugs do see a carcass, they should be drawn to it and try to take it on. Or try to, like, harvest it or whatever. Because that's what bugs do. That should be their purpose in the game. I'm gonna try and... Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, that scared me. I'm sitting here... Oh, I don't... This needs to stop happening. Put a little thing in the side that says, oh, you have a new thing, or whatever. But in the middle of a battle, I absolutely have no interest in seeing a... I wonder if these guys... Oh, they just all swam up and died. It's a little glitchy. Huh. But they were drawn to, like, the carcass, it looked like. Oh, there's the Sarco. Okay, I think I can outrun a Sarco, at least. Oh, there's another one there. This area has gotten considerably more dangerous, for sure. It used to be a nice, peaceful starting area. Not a whole lot to be worried about. But, yeah, the introduction of, you know, the Sarcos are a pretty big predator. You've got the Titan boas now, which are pretty dangerous, maybe. Potentially. Let's let them finish their battle, and then maybe we'll take on the Sarco to call it a day. I don't know how one of these Titan boas could take on a Sarco, unless it's a real low-level one. Oh, he's actually dead. Snake got him. Yeah, he must have been a real low-level Sarco. Or a real high-level snake. I think the dragonflies finished off both. Yikes. We can craft trank arrows now, though, which is awesome. We're going to be doing some of that. That'll really open up taming for us, because some of these older or larger dinosaurs, some of the later game ones, you just absolutely need trank arrows. You know, pelting it with rocks is nice, but it just isn't going to work out. I don't know if we're going to get out to see where Elwyn's base has kind of ended up. But we get to explore some of the swamp here, and it's honestly some of the coolest terrain generation I've seen. It's very, very cool that they've kind of... Because it used to be just kind of like, oh, beach, or plains, or mountain. So it's very cool that now they've got, you know, such a different... Swamp isn't just, you know... Slightly, you know, I think Minecraft, it's not fair to compare Minecraft because obviously they've got restrictions there with their generation, but, you know, you go there and it's basically just different colored grass, there's vines on the trees, it's basically the same stuff. But this is totally reworking the entire landscape, which is pretty sweet. So, anyway, guys, I hear lots of walking that I'm not a real big fan of. Lots of piranhas in here, lots of sarcos. Swamps are places of death now, for sure. And we're gonna avoid them as much as we can, especially considering we're moving anyway. It's not worth the hassle. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I think that's gonna be it for today. We got to explore some of the swamps. So you got the mangrove trees, you know, with this, you know, and the cypress trees. It's very reminiscent of. I lived in Florida for a long time. We got the dilos just walking around in there. These frogs are passive, at least, it looks like. So that's an interesting addition. I think you can get saddles for all this stuff, which is kind of hilarious. Well, probably not the Titan boa, obviously, but I wouldn't think. They're not real big. And I don't know how you would saddle a snake, but yeah, I think you can definitely ride the frogs, which would be hilarious. But yeah, I mean, in the snowy biomes where Anasia's up looking around right now, and I'm sure she'll have an episode out on that soon. There's you know, there's new dire wolves. These things look really disgusting without the textures. Ugh. There's new dire wolves, which are giant wolves. There are elk, new giant elk moose looking things, which will be pretty awesome. I'm trying to think. I know that for survival of the fittest with the new biome update, there's now going to be more of a Yeti sort of deal, I think. A big white ape. Or that might just be a new end boss or something. That might have anything to do with the biome update, I guess. But it's similarly timed. A bunch of updates came out last week, including like these Paraceratheriums and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Next time we will definitely be with Jay building our raft, heading out to the island, and yeah, I will see you guys there. I'm really excited about this adventure, heading out to a new place. It'll be awesome, and I can't wait. I just can't wait to get out there and get going on that new base. And so as soon as Jay and I can connect to do that, I'm super stoked to get our raft built, head out there, and see where things go. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Torm with the Gray, and you guys have been great. Make sure those likes, comments, and subscriptions for me, guys, and I will see you all back here next time. Have a good one.